in 1990, and that's when I was in the Army, so I was taking a great deal of interest in it at the time because when I first joined the Army, they were getting ready to, we were on notice to be shipped out to Iraq, so I thought, hello, I'll be in the desert shortly, and we thought that because that's what they were telling us. We were still in basic training, and they told us this when we were out in the middle of a bush exercise, and we'd been out for about 4 days, and they said there's been war's been declared, and you're all going to be shipped out tomorrow out to Iraq. And the next day we woke up, and like 3 of the people had done a runner in the middle of the night.
A bit like a Four Feathers.
Maybe. Well, yes. They'd done a runner, and I don't know if they ever caught them or not, but yeah, they went, oh, well, out of the bush, they picked up all the gear and went, fuck this, we're off, we're out of here. So, yeah. So it really drove home. We thought, that's it, we were off to war. Like, we joined the Army in the time of peace, and all of a sudden we're going to war, but it never happened.
But these wars, people couldn't understand why they were being fought.
Oh,
the general public, I'm saying. The general public.
I don't let the general public off that easily because, like, when
it was first
with the
said.
second Iraq film, with the second Iraq War, it was pretty obvious. Other than the fact that the governments were simply saying that we have evidence, and there was a lot of seeping evidence showing that they didn't have evidence even before they went in.
That's what I mean. People weren't going, oh, yeah, we should be going to war. Nobody was saying that.
Well, they use it as an excuse to go to war. The proper term for it is a Casabelli. But they were looking for an excuse to go to war with Iraq, and they knew where what's his name? From the Taliban, not the Taliban, Al-Qaeda. Thank you. Oh, forgetting him, God.
No, it's just a long night.
It's been a long night.
Yes.
And they knew where he was. He was somewhere in close to the Afghan-Pakistan border. They knew where he was. And if they wanted to go to get the person who was responsible for it, they were already there. And it was a police action at that stage of the game. And they didn't need to go to Iraq. But they felt that they had to, and this is why I think they're being let off the hook. The excuse is that they went to war because the American people demanded blood. That was essentially what the film was saying. And I think that's being very generous. Because many times they're showing this scene of where Dick Cheney's going, I was a CEO, I own this many shares, and they're laying out Iraq's oil-filled maps. Yep.
And immediately he starts talking to his lawyer and going, this is wonderful and great.
Through Halliburton, he made an absolute monster out of that war. Absolute monster. I mean, people go on about Donald Trump making a lot of money today through Trump Tower, but he's not the first.
No, and he won't be the last.
He won't. Oh, not now. The gate's open. Nobody's going to. No president in his right mind would turn up and give his tax things now. Like, corruption is like, the dog is off the leash now. So good luck. Yeah.
But in particular, this film, though, Paul.
Well, yeah. Look, I thought it was very, very cleverly done. I thought he's a divisive figure in history.
What did you think of the wife?
Oh, they were just a power couple. They were a classic power couple.
Was she the pushing it though? The sort of Macbeth.
Yeah, but some women are like that. They'll look at their husband and go, all right, and they say, but behind every great man there's a great woman. If that was accurate, what they should say, behind every great man is a wife who will
nags.
Will push him to and support him.
Yeah.
And will play out her own plans through him. But how powerful can you be when you've got that kind of relationship? And they don't call them power couples for no reason at all. They are a force to be held.
Oh, it takes both of them to do it, yes.
Yeah, because as I said a little while ago, if you've got that kind of relationship with somebody, you are nigh unstoppable. You really do have a sense of destiny about you if you've got somebody who's feeding your feeding your desires, feeding your ambition, and wanting the same as well, and completely supporting you. I mean, it can be used for good, or it can be used for absolute, villainy.
Evil.
So, yeah.
I thought the movie did a really great job of showing that.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Why?
I found the way it was shot really intriguing.
Why was it shot the way it was?
Did it make you think, obviously?
Did it?
Yes.
What do you think?
That there is a lot I wasn't really thinking about, as in you are aware of these things occurring in history,
Yep.
but you don't give them enough thought about the why behind it. You're aware of the what, but the why and the who, you think you know, but really, how deep does it go? What is the actual reason for this? I found that really interesting.
Did you find it okay? Did you find the characters consistent?
Yes.
Did you find that you could work out why they were doing what they were doing?
Yes.
Okay, and so consequently, for that end, you thoroughly enjoyed the.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you a horrible ending. It's
Sure.
going to be that way.
Yep.
But I found, yes, everything, all the characters made sense. Everything
And it
made
never
sense.
made you feel uncomfortable.
There's parts
possibly
there are parts
made you
that made
feel
me feel
cross.
really cross or sad or tragic.
Yeah, but you're getting used to that now.
But not really uncomfortable. More like, oh, that's awful.
Yes.
Rather than, oh gosh, I can't watch.
Yeah. Not so much it was more generalised rather than at a personal level, like a favourite was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you probably identified with the young girl and then you watch her not be the person you thought she was. Interesting. Yeah, no, that's interesting. What score would you give it? Or would you like me to go first?
You can go first if you wish, if you're so excited.
Well, I am. I found this, of the three films, to be the most satisfying of the three.
I thought it would be for you.
Yes, really got me. And I came away from it smiling and grinning. Yes, I did. I know
okay.
Oh, yeah, but it was such a meaty.
I think for me it was just more thoughtful, more food for thought.
Very glad that the film was made. I would recommend it to everybody to watch. I thought they ducked and ran for cover on a couple of occasions. I would have gone harder, but I guess they had to get it across the line.
You have to remember also this gentleman's still alive.
I know, and he's a powerful gentleman. And I think they did that.
You don't go up to the snake and whack it on the tail just to prove a point.
Are you suggesting that he should be assassinated?
No, I'm saying for you go, I would have gone harder. I'm thinking, so are you going to go up and really poke that snake, are you? I'd say, yo.
Yeah, well, I probably would. But anyway.
You'd be the dead bloke over there.
Dead bloke over there. Yeah, look, enormously satisfying.
What I found interesting was it reminded me of some of those episodes from The Dollop, The Torture Psychologist.
Yes.
And me, because that episode really freaked me out listening to it. I went, oh my gosh. And then when I saw that section in this film, I went, oh.
Yep.
I actually went back and had to listen again.
Yep. What, you went back to this torture psychologist again?
I know, which was terrible.
Geez, you don't like yourself, do you?
No, I don't.
How are you finding this new Pip? Are you getting on well with her?
No, we have disagreements regularly.
It's you've been on such an arc for the last few years. It's just, I find it enormously entertaining. I'm definitely a bad influence on you, that's for sure.
It made you go, wow, because, back when I was 17 or 18, I wouldn't have, I'd go, oh, everyone's so nice and wonderful.
You would not have watched this film.
No, it would have been uncomfortable for me.
You would not have started this podcast.
No.
There you go.
But that's what I mean. So many, if you've been watching movies or listening to podcasts where they discuss these things,
yep.
You go, oh my gosh, yes, but you weren't aware you were aware of this thing, but you weren't aware of the complete picture, how it puzzled into this picture, how all these little pieces actually formed this picture.
Yep.
But anyway, I've interrupted you.
No,
on what
fine.
star rating you're going to give it.
Oh, well, No, I was listening, and what you're saying makes a great deal of sense, and I agree for the most part. I have to give it a 9.5. No, I do. Well, I mean, it's
Wow.
Yeah, it was. As I said, but it's not. This is not a film for everybody.
No.
And it's a shame that it's not, because we
I
would not
guess,
be.
there'd be some people who, cupcakes, rainbows would be too hard for them.
We would not, as the world, be in this place where we are now if more people took a political viewpoint to the world and were a little bit more aware. And people who shy away from it, well, I'm sorry to say, probably part of the problem. If they don't like this stuff, well, they're partly responsible by a very small degree, but still nonetheless.
The fact that they don't take a stand on.
Yes, but that's okay. That's all right. That's not going to change, and that's humanity. So you're always going to have a part of you'll always have a part of a society that
Don't like confrontation.
There's going to be a part that will embrace confrontation. There'll be a part that will follow the dictator no matter where he goes, no matter how hard he goes.
Because they need a leader.
They need that strong man, the white man on the horse.
Others just want to make sure that that man on the white horse does the right thing.
Well, I think it comes in part because people get confused and scared and they don't know what to do, and the world's a very complex place, and they want somebody who comes and speaks to them simply and is able to give them simple answers. And unfortunately, the world doesn't work on simple answers. It only works on simple people. That's the problem. If somebody says that they're speaking to you in a very matter-of-fact way and you can understand what they're saying, that's because they're leaving a great deal out.
That's deep.
It's not. It's not. It's true, though. It is true. And this is why we are where we are, because people have got either lazy or they've got, and I think education.
They don't want to think about it too much, because once you think about it, that opens that Pandora's box.
Well, it's education too. Like,
some people don't.
You can be the world's
but there are
smartest
people who want to
person.
put their head in the sand and not think about it. And I understand that, but like you said, if you don't pay attention, then that's when.
This is where you get to, and given a bit more time, will get worse. It won't get better unless everybody suddenly turns around to be a better person and hold politicians to account. But that ain't happening, and every single time, like they're winning. They're winning, and it's getting worse and worse and worse, and it's like struggling in quicksand. You've got every time that the left struggles more and makes more of a noise, that they seem to get further and deeper into the muck, and they're going to have to start fighting soon, because by doing small incremental movements, they're just slowly sinking deeper and deeper into it. They have to not play by the rules anymore. Because the rules are non-existent just about. I mean, he's broken every single one of them. Not naming names. But from here, from like 12,000 miles away, fascinating to watch. But, it must be terrifying for the poor bastards over in America. So, you either get with it now, like they now start to be looking at a choice where the people on the left are, I think there'd be a good selection of them who would be thoroughly demoralised and thinking, well, what now? How can we fight? We've just been fighting for 2 years and we're no better off, and now we don't even have the Mueller report to come through on. And, how have we got onto this? Oh, it's because we're doing a political show. Yeah, okay.
A political film, yes.
Yeah. But, this is why they are where they are now, is because of this man that was portrayed in this film. And that's why they made this film in the first place.
To force people to think.
And to connect the dots,
Fill the picture up.
Yes.
All these pieces that were missing that you weren't aware of. You were aware of this picture, but how did it get there?
It's not just Trump. He's not.
No, he's not.
He
is there now, but he's not the first.
The right have been pushing for outright fascism now for many years. And when they don't think of it as fascism, what they think of it is having a strong